and welcome to the Branding and Signage Technology podcast under new management. When you're planning a booth, how do you even think about how are we gonna stand out to everyone when there's so much, how are we gonna be remembered?
Staying ahead of the curve, also not showing the exactly same things as the year prior. You always want to be growing. Technology world, there's always going to be new things to show and play with. So
thinking of you're saying when you build these trade shows or plan it, you're trying to think of the future and like how to stand out, what comes next. What would you predict, all the technology and all that stuff going in the next couple of years, especially with how it's just exploding right now? What do you see?
I mean, voice AI is going to continue to improve and get more accurate. I'm sure that the way that's presented at trade shows is going to get way better. Right now, or at least the first couple of years, it was really difficult for voice AI companies to display at trade shows because of the sound. Having to have your AI basically be created on the spot, listen to people for the first time, new environments. There's a bunch of things that just made it difficult. And now I feel like that's come a long way. So we're partnering with Vox AI in our booth, which we partnered with them at Mertech and a couple other shows recently. Do a great job of getting the AI to really pick up on people that are demoing it in a show environment. So I'm sure they'll continue to get better in how you actually show that to booth visitors. I don't know. I always say that if we had a unlimited budget, the coolest thing would be I've gone to the car shows at McCormick Place growing up, and there's some car companies that have huge, I guess you can call them booths, but it's just land within the convention center, and they do test drives. So it'd be fun to actually have a car, or Jared, our designer, has a cool little vintage convertible, but just have that and have menu board set up or these different solutions, and you can see kind of how it would show at your restaurant. I'm always impressed with things that we don't even get involved with. I don't even know if it's been there the past couple of years, but my first few years at NRA, there was places where robot waiters and waitresses would be coming around and bringing food to tables and stuff. And here we are probably 5 years later. It's cool to see how the industry continues to evolve and get better, especially following COVID, because there was a couple down years, and just continuously thinking about the customer experience.
Yeah, things have really, I feel have just changed a lot, and I feel COVID made drive-thrus even more important, and then following, I just feel past couple of years, AI has just exploded.
Now that I think about it more, I think that the trend that you're going to see more at trade shows, and it's more the messaging with voice AI, is because, again, AI has been around long enough where it's not going to go away. So in terms of voice AI and how restaurants use it, I think the messaging of everybody thought originally that AI, it's going to take over people's jobs, humans' jobs. I think voice AI, the messaging is going to turn into how do you use it effectively while still keeping your staff the way it is and just become more efficient in your business.
Yeah, streamlining processes.
How we use it at our company. I just think that there's so many capabilities as long as people get over that hurdle of, if I use voice AI, I can remove the person working the drive-through window. That's not the case. It's you can keep that staff that's in the window, but maybe move them somewhere else that can be more efficient. So
yeah, I also look at AI as not replacing, but it's helping your process to streamline it, because at the end of the day you have to teach that AI a lot. It's not just oh, here you go, boom, done. You have to invest a lot of time in it, but it helps so this way you free up people to do something else, or it just gives that extra assistance to your business as a whole, and it just sometimes helps with the customer experience too. And some people don't like it when it's AI too, so you're still gonna need people, you know.
Yeah,
And
it's more like just another colleague.
and honestly, if you're thinking about the voice AI or like AI just replacing a job, if that was the case, Kios would have replaced a lot of people's jobs at this point.
True.
Because
True.
that
Yeah,
and it helps like businesses like especially after COVID. It was one thing that like I experienced a lot as a designer. I had to do like these hours of operation sites all the time, and they were constantly being changed because their staffing needs were. It was so hard to have like staff, like people actually working, especially in the restaurant industry. Like they had a really hard time. So like things like that can also help when you can't get the staff or have reliable people on times when you need it.
Yeah. I think it's again hitting on how every customer prefers to order. Is it drive-through? Do they like technology where, oh yeah, let me talk to a voice AI assistant? Is it, hey, as soon as I walk in, I'm going to use a kiosk or I'm going to order at the counter, like, or order ahead on the app. Like everybody has a preference.
And so different.
As the restaurant operator, it has to be so hard to manage all of those things at once. And not only are we trying to help you do that with being an integrator and taking on all these different partners of ours, but again, displaying it at a show, it's like you gotta adapt to all these customer behaviors. And
yeah, that's like one thing I really like about marketing is I like to think about, oh, there's this like I like, yeah, obviously I want to help sell our products, but like more importantly to me is like our customers are experiencing like things that hold them back or problems or stuff like that, and I want to think of ways to make their life easier, solutions and stuff like that. Like I just enjoy the problem solving and like helping them with the process. Like that was what I liked about design too. Like
I hate being like bye. Like I'd rather figure out the best solution for you,
even if it's not with us, like because their experience matters more.
Like as far as our content pieces go, like okay, you bought from us 2 years ago. Are you getting the most out of your menu board? What kind of things can you do differently with your menu design? Like,
what can we do better? Like, how to make that experience better? And I think you also show that kind of in the trade shows themselves. Like, you're thinking about, okay, what are people's main pain points right now? Like, how can I show our solutions for that? You know? So, yeah, it's been really fun watching you, like, set up the trade shows, because when I first started, I knew you did trade shows, but I really wasn't really involved in marketing very much or what you did and stuff, but it was a lot of work, but it has a lot of payoff too, and it gives a lot of opportunities to learn from our customers, from our coworkers, from our partners, and just really see where the industry is going, because it is changing. So like it's been fun to watch, and it's just been cool. So what is, like, if you had to pick your favorite thing about trade shows, like, to do or have done, like, what is your favorite thing that, like, out of all of it, besides planning, because you love that so much?
I love seeing the vision come to life. Just from the back end part of it, I love seeing the vision come to life. I love setting up the booth. But during the show, what I get most out of is, again, I like hearing the conversations that our team is having with customers.
Just like being nosy.
And from a marketing perspective, like, how can we help address your pain points, the opportunities that you're having, not only at the show, the following NRA, but right after the show? Kind of, we're not halfway through 2026, but how can we help you finish the year off strong, help you achieve your goals? That's what I enjoy seeing. That's why I advocate for marketing to be there, because
get a lot of information.
I would say that's the biggest thing. And then just, I always hear about different customers and individuals that our sales and design teams are working with on a daily basis, and to see you all at the show is it's pretty cool, and just to see how the industry comes together. But
so how do you decide, this is worth like going to and spending money, like to visit
at the show?
Yes, like as the person who walks through, like, why go to NRA? Like, how do you know that it's actually worth it for you?
For us, it really comes down to who's attending the show. Obviously, we want to be where decision makers are. Some of these smaller shows attract more decision makers. NRA just attracts everyone. So you could be a local restaurant in downtown Chicago that steps aside for an afternoon to go visit NRA, or you can be, a large chain that's headquartered in California, flying some of your team out to Chicago for the show. So NRA I like because it's a mixture of both, and you really get to see in person people who are at every stage of the customer journey. But yeah, I mean, if business comes out of it, that's what you hope for. But if it's an existing customer, if there's something else they're interested in that we can add to the portfolio that they don't maybe know that we do, or that we can show in person, but keeping the conversation going, making sure everybody's happy, crank out any issues that might have been lingering on email threads, but it's really comes down to ROIs and getting a good return that makes it worthwhile to go. Because again, for NRA, that's a major one for us, where our entire sales team goes down, our marketing team, our digital team, some of our leadership team. So we put a lot into it, but I think the conversations we have every year are worth it. Like you said, it's on us, it's on sales to continue those conversations after the show and help you all in the best way possible.
So, what's your closing question for me?
For you?
Mm-hmm. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I could ask one.
Oh no, I came up with it.
She is prepared.
Iris is finally working the booth this year.
Oh,
so
yes.
I could ask you, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, for the booth?
You've walked the show a couple of years, but you get to. She'll be she'll be working the booth overall, but she'll be demoing online ordering processes that we can set up with brands. But
yes, my baby brand hub. Man, I'm excited for a lot of things. One, like, I'm excited for some of our new marketing ideas being a little more fun, like interacting more and showing people more than just our booth,
Yeah.
But I'm also just excited to talk with customers, because that was one thing. The reason I really liked Brand Hub was because I enjoyed, shout out to Rod Humphrey, him joining me in with these initial meetings with customers and just talking about where they are, where they're going, and just hearing about their pain points and stuff I talked about before, because it comes with new ideas and different places and products, and it just gives me more motivation to I like to solve problems. And as much as I like to cause them, I like to solve them. But yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited about. What about you?
Well, I just told you everything.
Yeah, I know, but what are you most excited about doing with me?
Oh. Well, not just you specifically, but
I'm your favorite.
I always enjoy NRA because, as I mentioned, we have a lot of people that go down. So not only do we work, but it's good team bonding, and I don't know, just spending a week in Chicago and getting to have those fun experiences. And I am excited for our content pieces. We're going to be doing a lot of new fun ideas, walking the show and sharing all of our thought bubbles.
Oh, there's another really important question before my fun question is, so you're there talking to people all day and walking. First of all, how do you not just get exhausted from that? And what type of shoes do you wear so your feet aren't just on fire? Yeah,
you definitely need comfortable shoes. But the moment the show's done, when we go out to dinners, change your shoes, yeah. But it's it's jam-packed, a lot of walking, a lot of caffeine. I don't even drink caffeine, but sometimes I feel like I need it, NRA. Relying on Coca-Cola and Pepsi while we're there. Relying on, I guess there's some sugary stuff too, but that might only last so long.
Yeah, like crash.
Yeah. It's one of those weeks where you just run out of adrenaline.
Cool. Cool. I'm excited. All right, so here's my fun question. I narrowed it down from like 80 that I was coming up with. So if you had to, last minute, have a presentation that you had to talk for 30 minutes on, what would it be?
About anything?
Anything.
30 minutes.
Your dog.
I could talk about my dog. I could also talk about marketing, I feel like.
Yeah, but that's lame. Pick something else.
Your question is basically like, what's a podcast episode?
No.
I don't know, things I like to do outside of work. How I spend time in Milwaukee.
Okay, so like tourist thing?
The different events that I like to go to.
So it's just all about you.
Well, it's my presentation.
I guess.
Who's the audience? You
You
have to give me more context.
random people that you never met and you don't know why they're there, but you have to do a presentation and they can throw tomatoes at you if they don't like it.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know, maybe traveling places I've been or.
So like, yeah, traveling stuff. Okay.
But yeah, I would probably talk about places I've liked that I've been and different events that I've attended that I've enjoyed.
I think I would do probably on autism and the different neurotypes and brains and just kind of like my thoughts on that in general, or the importance of early education and why and how it's underfunded. Okay. And one more question, actually. If you had, every time you entered a meeting, a song played when you came in, what would it be? Like WWE theme song, so you're coming in.
That's funny. So I went to the Brewers game last night.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend and I were talking about walk-up songs.
Mhm.
And like, what would it be? So this is like the exact same question. So I don't know if I have a exact song, but it'd probably be something either like Luke Combs, who's my favorite artist, or like EDM just to get the crowd riled up.
Well, the songs I would choose are based off my stims that I have done throughout the years here, and I've annoyed all my coworkers to the point where sometimes they tell me no more of that, Iris, and I'm like, I can't. So it would either be Dumb Ways to Die, because that, when I need to focus, I play in the background music, or it would probably be The Final Countdown, which I used to do every single day towards the end of the day, and if I did it in the beginning of the day, Kelsey would be like, Iris, no, it is not close enough to be saying that. It's the final countdown. That's it.
That's it? That's the end of the episode?
No, you get to close it because I'm going to give you back the podcast after this episode, so.
Oh, you don't want to keep hosting it?
No, I think, that would just be chaos.
Well, thanks for doing this.
Of course.
Thanks for everybody that has kind of tuned in here and there throughout the first year of this podcast. We're only going to continue to grow this and make it bigger and better. We're even going to be probably changing the landscape and the environment of the podcast. So that'll be pretty cool. We're hoping to get some actual guests outside the company on. So operators like yourselves, if you're interested in joining, feel free to reach out to us. Kind of taking it on the road, like we're gonna probably have some podcast episodes or tidbits at NRA. I'm really excited for the booth this year. Continue to follow us and support us. See you on the next episode. Thanks for joining. Bye.